Welcome to Procars channel, the place where the future doesn't arrive quietly. It announces itself. If you're someone who gets excited about future cars, next-generation supercars, and upcoming designs that don't follow rules, then trust me, you're exactly where you need to be. Before we go any further, hit subscribe, tap like, because the car you're about to see isn't just a Ferrari, it's a message from the future. And stay until the end, because what Ferrari is quietly hiding about this car changes everything. This is the 2027 Ferrari Luce, and the first thing it does is make everything around it feel outdated. Look at the stance. Low, wide, unapologetically confident. This isn't a car that asks for attention. It commands silence. The body sits like it's already moving, even while standing still. That's intentional. Ferrari designed Luce with one goal: to make speed feel inevitable. Now focus on the front. This is not the classic, aggressive Ferrari face. This is something colder, sharper, more intelligent. The headlights are slim, blade-like, almost surgical. They don't scream. They stare. It feels less like a machine, and more like a predator that already knows the outcome. The front bumper is sculpted, not bulky. Every intake has a purpose. Every line channels air with discipline. Ferrari didn't design this to look fast. They designed it to stay stable at insane speeds. This is aerodynamics disguised as art. That red isn't just red. It's deeper, richer, almost reflective like liquid metal. Under light, it feels alive. Under shadows, it turns serious. Ferrari understands something most brands forget. Color is emotion. This shade tells you. This car carries heritage, but it's not trapped by it. From the side, Luce becomes dramatic. The roofline flows like a single breath. No unnecessary creases. No chaos. The side air intakes are clean, purposeful, integrated so smoothly. They feel grown, not added. This profile isn't about showing off muscle. It's about balance. Ferrari is saying, real confidence doesn't flex. It moves quietly and precisely. Now look at the wheels. Large diameter, multi-spoke, minimalist aggression. The tires are wide, not just for traction, but for control under extreme torque. This setup tells us something important. Luce isn't built only for straight-line speed. It's built for corners, for control, for drivers who understand restraint is power. Now the rear. This is where Ferrari becomes bold. The taillights are minimal, horizontal, futuristic. A clear break from tradition. The rear diffuser is aggressive but clean. No fake drama. No exaggerated wings. And those exhausts, perfectly placed, symmetrical, purposeful. The rear doesn't look angry. It looks certain, like it already knows. Nothing behind it can keep up. Now imagine opening the door. The interior isn't cluttered. It's focused. A driver-centric cockpit, wrapped in premium leather, carbon fiber, and subtle digital surfaces. No massive distracting screens. Just information where you need it. The steering wheel feels like a command center, not a gadget. This cabin isn't about luxury for show. It's about connection. Ferrari wants the driver to feel every vibration, every decision, every heartbeat of the car. Luce means light, and that name matters. This car represents Ferrari's vision of a lighter future. Lighter in weight, lighter in excess, lighter in ego. It's Ferrari evolving, without losing its soul. Ferrari hasn't officially confirmed everything, and that's where things get interesting. Strong signs point toward a next-gen hybrid system, combining combustion emotion with electric precision, not to replace sound, not to remove feeling, but to enhance control, torque, and efficiency. Ferrari isn't abandoning the past. They're sharpening it. Now the question everyone waits for. Price. Ferrari Luce is expected to sit around $420,000 to $480,000 USD. But here's the real truth. If you have to ask the price, this car wasn't built for you. It's built for those who buy vision, not just performance numbers. Here's what most people won't notice. Ferrari Loose isn't just a car. It's a design direction. Everything Ferrari releases after this will carry pieces of Loose's DNA. This is the blueprint, the test statement, the future language. And that's why this car matters. Ferrari Loose doesn't try to impress everyone. It speaks to a specific type of person, someone who understands that the future doesn't shout. It arrives quietly, perfectly balanced, and unstoppable. If this car made you feel something, you're already part of its story. Welcome to the future. Welcome to Procars channel. Welcome to Procars. If you're obsessed with the future of performance, if you live for machines that blur the line between art and engineering, then you're exactly where you need to be. Today, we're taking a first look at what could redefine Italian supercar DNA, the 2027 Maserati MC20. And trust me, stay with me until the end, because there's one design detail most people will miss, and it completely changes how you see this car. Before we dive in, if futuristic supercars, upcoming models, and next-generation performance machines excite you, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like button, it helps this channel bring you more exclusive first looks just like this. Now, let's step closer. At first glance, the 2027 MC20 doesn't scream for attention, it commands it. Finished here in a striking sky metallic blue, this color choice isn't accidental. Blue has always been Maserati's emotional signature, confident, refined, but undeniably bold. Under showroom lighting, the curves reflect like liquid metal, emphasizing every sculpted contour. Look at the front fascia. Low, wide, aggressive. The grille carries the iconic trident centered, unapologetic. It's not oversized, it's precise. The black mesh intake below isn't just design theater, it channels air directly into performance cooling zones. Notice how the front bumper dips slightly inward at the corners. That subtle indentation? It improves aerodynamic airflow while visually lowering the stance. Now focus on the headlights. Slim, angled, and sharply cut, almost like a predator narrowing its eyes before a strike. The LED signature wraps inward, giving the front end a focused intensity. It's not flashy. It's calculated. Move to the side profile. This is where the MC20 becomes sculpture. The butterfly doors open upward in dramatic fashion, not just for show, but for structural integrity and weight balance. The side intakes are deeply carved, pulling air into the mid-mounted powertrain. The roofline flows seamlessly toward the rear deck, creating a silhouette that feels almost aerodynamic even at a standstill. And the wheels. Large multi-spoke alloys finished in dark metallic gray. Behind them, massive performance brakes. The stance is wide, ground clearance is minimal. This car doesn't sit on the road, it hugs it. Now, the rear. This is where Maserati keeps things elegant. Slim horizontal LED taillights stretch across the back, giving it a planted, modern presence. The rear bumper integrates dual exhaust outlets centered low, flanked by an aggressive diffuser. That diffuser isn't decorative, it generates real downforce at high speeds. And notice something important. There's no oversized wing. That tells us something about the 2027 philosophy-controlled performance instead of exaggerated theatrics. Inside, although not fully visible here, expect minimalist Italian craftsmanship. Alcantara, carbon fiber accents, a driver-focused digital cockpit, no clutter. Just pure connection between machine and human. Now let's talk power. While official numbers aren't confirmed yet, if Maserati builds on its current twin-turbo V6 platform, we're likely looking at over 620 horsepower. Possibly even a hybrid enhancement for 2027. That means 0 to 60 inches under 3 seconds. But here's what matters more than numbers. Balance. Maserati isn't chasing raw brutality like some competitors. They're chasing emotional speed, the kind that feels smooth, controlled, confident. And here's the part I told you to wait for. Look again at the rear deck ventilation lines. They're more integrated than previous models. That suggests improved thermal management, which could mean higher sustained performance under track conditions. In simple terms, This MC20 might not just be fast in a straight line, it might be engineered to stay fast longer. Now let's talk price. If positioned above the current MC20 range and possibly electrified, expect a starting price around $250,000 to $300,000 in the US market. Fully spec'd, it could easily approach $350,000. But this isn't just about cost, it's about legacy. The 2027 Maserati MC20 feels less like a redesign and more like a statement, a reminder that Italian engineering still values beauty as much as speed. So the real question is, would you choose this over a Ferrari, over a Lamborghini, over a McLaren? Let me know in the comments. And if you love staying ahead of the automotive future, make sure you're subscribed to Procars. Turn on notifications because the next evolution of performance is already on its way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next first look. Welcome to Procars. If you believe trucks should be more than transportation, if you think power should look as strong as it performs, then today's first look is going to hit different. Because what you're looking at isn't just another pickup. This is what a 2027 Caterpillar truck could look like if industrial dominance met modern street presence. And before we break it down, if you're into future trucks, next-generation SUVs, and bold upcoming vehicle designs, make sure you're subscribed to Procars. Hit that like button so you never miss what's coming next. Now let's step into this machine. The first thing that grabs you is the color. That signature Caterpillar yellow. It's not subtle, it's not meant to be. This shade represents construction sites, heavy machinery, raw torque, and unbreakable reliability. On a pickup truck body, it transforms into something bold and unapologetic. It's industrial DNA reimagined for the road. Now look at the stance. Wide, planted, muscular. The rear profile shows a solid, squared-off bed design with clean lines and a heavy-duty tailgate stamped with cat branding. The black rear bumper contrasts sharply with the yellow body, giving it a rugged edge. Dual exhaust outlets hint at serious power under the hood. Notice the taillight's modern rectangular LED units. Clean and sharp, functional, not flashy. But now shift your focus to the front. This is where the personality changes. The grille dominates the entire face. Large mesh pattern, Caterpillar spelled across the center in bold lettering. No small badge, no subtle branding. It's confident. The front bumper is reinforced, featuring integrated skid protection and auxiliary LED lights built into the lower section. Those additional lights aren't there for show, they signal off-road readiness. Above, the roof-mounted LED light bar completes the aggressive look. This truck isn't built just for highways. It's prepared for darkness, mud, dust, and terrain. Look at the wheel setup. Oversized all-terrain tires wrapped around black multi-spoke rims. Thick sidewalls, deep tread patterns. These aren't city tires. These are built for trails, gravel, construction zones, anywhere standard trucks hesitate. The suspension appears lifted, giving it commanding ground clearance. That means better approach angles, better departure angles, more confidence off-road. From the side profile, you can see black fender flares that add width and strength visually. The body lines remain clean, but the details, the roof rack, the aggressive side mirrors, the sculpted hood, all suggest utility blended with performance. Now let's talk interior expectations. While we can't see inside here, if Caterpillar were to enter the truck market, the cabin would likely reflect industrial durability. Think heavy-duty materials, weather-resistant surfaces, rubberized floor options. But combined with modern tech, a large digital display, off-road drive modes, towing assist systems, and advanced driver safety. This wouldn't just be a work truck. It would be a statement truck. Now the real question, what powers it? If Caterpillar stayed true to its roots, we could expect a torque-focused diesel engine, possibly a 3-to-3, 5-liter turbo diesel setup, producing over 450 horsepower and massive torque figures, maybe 600 to 700 pounds fifth. This wouldn't be about top speed. It would be about pulling power. Towing capacity could realistically target over 12,000 pounds. That puts it directly against heavy hitters in the US truck market. But here's something interesting most people overlook. Look closely at the proportions and body finish. The truck blends performance styling with heavy equipment inspiration. That crossover design suggests Caterpillar wouldn't position this purely as a luxury truck, but as a premium utility vehicle, which means pricing becomes very important. If this 2027 Caterpillar truck entered the US market, a starting price around $65,000 to $75,000 would make sense. A fully loaded off-road edition with reinforced suspension, advanced lighting systems, and performance tuning could push closer to $90,000. But here's the twist I mentioned earlier. Brand psychology. Caterpillar already represents durability in the minds of millions. Construction crews trust it. Industrial sectors rely on it. If that same trust transfers into the pickup market, this truck wouldn't need to shout about reliability. It would already own that reputation before turning a wheel. That's powerful. Now imagine this truck pulling onto a job site, or rolling through city streets, or parked next to standard pickups. It wouldn't blend in. It would stand apart. So here's my question for you. If Caterpillar actually launched a production pickup in 2027, would you take it over a Ford Raptor, a Ram TRX, a Chevy Silverado ZR2? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you love staying ahead of future trucks and next-generation vehicle concepts, make sure you're subscribed to Procars. Turn. Welcome to Procars. There are sports cars, and then there's the Corvette. And what you're looking at right now might be the boldest evolution yet a vision of what the 2027 Corvette Stingray could become. If you're someone who lives for next-generation performance, futuristic car designs, and the future of American muscle, you're exactly where you need to be. Subscribe to Procars, hit that like button, and stay ahead of what's coming next. Now let's take a deep look at this machine. The first thing that hits you is the stance. Low, wide, purposeful. The front fascia is aggressive without being chaotic. That deep gloss black splitter stretches across the entire lower section, giving the car a track-ready presence. Large air intakes on both sides suggest serious cooling performance. This isn't just for style, it's functional aerodynamics. Look at those headlights. Sharp, angular LED signatures that feel more surgical than decorative. They don't curve softly, they cut forward. It gives the Corvette a focused, almost predatory expression. Now the hood. Notice the sculpted air channeling. The center hood vent isn't oversized, it's integrated cleanly. That tells us something important. This design prioritizes airflow efficiency rather than dramatic exaggeration. The body color, that deep metallic red, is classic Corvette heritage. But here it feels darker, richer, more refined. Under showroom lighting, the curves reflect sharply, emphasizing the car's mid-engine proportions. Speaking of proportions, the front overhang is short, the cabin sits slightly forward. That mid-engine layout balance is still clearly present. This keeps weight distribution optimal and handling sharp. Now let's talk about the lower front bumper. The gloss black finish contrasts aggressively with the red paint. It visually lowers the car even more. The angular shapes direct airflow toward the side intakes, likely feeding air toward radiators or rear cooling systems. Move toward the side profile. Even though we're seeing a front view, you can already sense the wide fenders. That means staggered wheels set up larger rear tires, likely wrapped in high-performance summer rubber. If this 2027 Stingray follows current evolution trends, we could expect 2 0-inch front wheels, 2 1-inch rear wheels, wider track for improved grip. The tires would likely be Michelin Pilot Sport or similar performance compounds built for cornering stability at high speed. Now let's imagine the rear. Corvette design language has been moving toward sharper horizontal LED taillights. Expect quad exhaust tips integrated within a sculpted rear diffuser. Not oversized, but purposeful. That diffuser wouldn't just be cosmetic, it would assist with rear downforce, especially at highway speeds. Now here's where it gets interesting. Performance. The current generation Stingray already produces serious power. For 2027, we could realistically expect improvements in efficiency and output. Possibly. 6. 2-liter naturally aspirated V8. Around 520 horsepower. 0-60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. But here's the twist. Chevrolet may refine the engine response and exhaust tuning rather than just increasing horsepower numbers. That means sharper throttle mapping, faster shifts, and improved cooling systems. Why does that matter? Because modern performance isn't just about raw numbers, it's about feel. Now let's step inside. Even though we can't see the interior here, we can anticipate evolution. Expect a fully digital driver display, improved infotainment interface, more driver-focused cockpit angles, Alcantara and leather combination, carbon fiber trim options. Corvette interiors have been improving dramatically. For 2027, refinement will likely be key: quieter cabin at cruising speeds, but aggressive sound under acceleration. And now, price. This is where Corvette continues to shock the industry. If Chevrolet keeps its value-performance balance, the 2027 Stingray could start around $75,000 to $85,000 in the US. For the level of performance this car delivers, that's still competitive against European rivals costing significantly more. But here's the psychological angle most people miss. The Corvette isn't just competing with other sports cars. It competes with identity. Owning a Corvette represents American engineering pride. It represents performance without apology. It represents decades of evolution. And the 2027 model, if it follows this design direction, strengthens that identity even more. Now imagine this car pulling into a dealership showroom. Low rumble from the V8, LED lights reflecting off polished floors, that red paint glowing under overhead lighting. It's not just transportation, it's an experience. So here's the real question. Does this futuristic direction make the Corvette stronger, or do you prefer a more traditional design? Comment below. And if you're serious about staying ahead of future supercars, American muscle evolution, and next generation AU. Welcome to Pro Cars. There's luxury, and then there's Mercedes. And what you're looking at right now might be the boldest evolution of the E-Class we've ever seen. If you're passionate about futuristic sedans, next-generation performance, and vehicles that blend technology with timeless design, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe to Pro Cars, hit that like button, and stay ahead of the automotive future. Now let's take a closer look. The first impression? Authority. The 2027 Mercedes E-Class doesn't scream for attention, it commands it. That deep gloss black finish gives the car a mirror-like presence under showroom lighting. You can see the reflections glide across the hood, emphasizing the sculpted lines that run from the grille toward the windshield. And that grille, this is unmistakably Mercedes. The vertical slat design paired with the oversized three-pointed star creates a bold yet elegant front identity. It feels performance-driven, without losing executive refinement. Notice how wide the front bumper sits. Large lower air intakes on both sides suggest improved airflow and cooling. The lower splitter is integrated cleanly, giving the front end a subtle aggression without overcomplicating the design. Now look at the headlights. Sharp LED units with a defined internal signature. They feel precise, technical, almost surgical. There's no unnecessary chrome, no excessive detailing, just clean, confident lines. This is what modern luxury design looks like. Now shift your focus to the side profile. Long hood, sweeping roofline, short rear deck. The proportions tell you everything. This isn't just a sedan, it's a grand tourer in disguise. The coupe-like silhouette flows seamlessly into the rear. The wheels are large, likely 20 or 21 inches, finished in black multi-spoke design. Behind them, you can imagine performance brake calipers peeking through, hinting at serious stopping power. And that stance? Low, planted, wide. It gives the car a performance posture while still maintaining executive elegance. Now let's move to the rear. The LED taillights stretch horizontally, enhancing the car's width visually. The design is minimal, but powerful. Slim red light signatures glow sharply against the dark body color. Below that, quad exhaust outlets integrated into a sculpted rear diffuser. This is where Mercedes balances business and performance. It's not overly dramatic, but it's confident. Now let's talk about what could be under the hood. For 2027, we can realistically expect refined powertrains, possibly a turbocharged inline-six with mild hybrid assistance. Maybe even a plug-in hybrid variant delivering both performance and efficiency. Imagine something around 450 horsepower in higher trims, 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 4.5 seconds. Smooth 9-speed automatic transmission. But here's what truly matters. Mercedes doesn't just build fast cars, they build composed cars. The suspension will likely feature adaptive damping, air suspension in higher trims. That means comfort when cruising and sharp handling when you switch to sport mode. Now let's step inside. While we can't see the interior here, Mercedes has been redefining cabin technology. Expect a fully digital cockpit, a wide curved display stretching across the dashboard, ambient lighting with customizable color themes, premium leather seating with detailed stitching. But here's the psychological detail that makes the E-Class special. It's not trying to prove anything. It doesn't need to. This is the car for someone who has already achieved success, someone who values refinement over noise, power over hype. Now, let's talk price. If Mercedes continues its positioning strategy, the 2027 E-Class could start around $62,000 to $70,000 in the United States. Higher trims and performance versions could push well into the $80,000 range. But here's the real value. You're not just paying for horsepower, you're paying for presence. You're paying for the way this car makes you feel when you walk toward it in a parking garage at night. You're paying for the way it glides quietly at highway speeds while the cabin isolates the outside world. And you're paying for heritage. The E-Class has always been the balance point in Mercedes' lineup. Not too flashy, not too subtle, just right. Now here's the interesting part. Look closely at the front fascia again. The grille feels slightly more aggressive than previous generations. The body lines are sharper. The roofline is sportier. Is Mercedes slowly pushing the E-Class closer to AMG territory? That's the question. And that's what makes this 2027 version so intriguing, because it feels like a bridge between executive luxury and performance ambition. So now I want to hear from you. Would you choose this futuristic E-Class over rivals from BMW or Audi? Or do you think Mercedes should keep the design more traditional? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're serious about staying updated,